Hi, everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about logos. And one of the most important things about designing a logo is that it's super, super simple. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is this website called Branded in Memory, and it's on signs.com. And it depicts a study of 10 worldwide famous logos. And so you can see here are the 10 logos that were studied. And let's take a look by clicking on this Apple one. So people were asked to draw the Apple logo from memory, and you can see that some people were really, really off. And you can also see that some people were really, really accurate. And so we've got kind of a scale here from less accurate to more accurate, both in terms of the shape and the color and the form. So almost 20% got a near perfect apple drawing. And that's pretty incredible. And then about 36% got a near perfect drawing, but 16% forgot the apple bite. And that has a lot to do with the fact that the Apple logo is pretty simple. Let's see how a more complicated logo looks, like Foot Locker or Burger King. I'm going to click on Foot Locker. So Foot Locker was drawn by a lot of people, and we can see that there's a little bit more accurate down here at the bottom, but 8% of the people had a near perfect drawing, and 43% forgot the referee. Now, that means that 57% included the referee, which is pretty good, but it's not as great of a near perfect amount as it was for Apple. So we go back up to Apple and look over here. There's Domino's, Burger King, all right, Adidas, and Apple. So why is it that so many people did the near perfect Apple? Well, part of it is because this logo is super simple. And part of our learning today is that a really good logo design is going to be super simple. Let's look at right. So here's that Apple logo again. And one of the things we can notice is that that bite shape actually makes a circle. So I'm going to just try to make a circle shape here with my pointer. But that same circle shape actually fits right inside of this part of the apple. It fits right here inside the top part. It fits inside the bottom here, and the leaf is pretty much a Venn diagram, like the centerpiece of a Venn diagram of that same circle shape. So when we can see that, it actually helps our brains remember it a little bit more. Now, it's not just true with the objects of a logo, and you can see I put some here that are incredibly simple, like the penguins here, the birds, the koala, and that's an important piece. But in contemporary design, you also want your letters and lettering to be really simple. So this is the original or more recent logos, and these are the redone, very recent logos. You can see Pinterest here has dropped all of its serifs, and Google did something similar a couple years back. Microsoft simplified, eBay did, and even fashion brands too. And part of the reason for this change is that those logos used to be a little bit fancier, but they're not as readable on devices like phones, and they don't read as quickly or as easily. So here's another great example of this aqua style. Let's go back to that one, where we can see the lettering is really simple. There's a little bit of a drop of water right here in the A, and that drop actually has the same arc that's in the S, the same arc that's in the Y, and inside of the E. And that the whole setup, the combination of the simple letters and the simple image, lets us know, well, first of all, this is a company that does car cleaning using water-based products. And we can see that the car is actually like a puddle, like a reflection. And so the whole thing is integrated really well. And it almost breaks up into thirds. So you have the first third at the top where it says aqua, the second third where the car is, and the third one at the bottom where it's style. So not only are the letters simple and the objects simple, but the way that it's arranged is very simple as well. This gets us to our next image. This artistic, it's a company. We'll notice it's a parachute, which is a symbol of adventure, a pencil, which is a symbol of thinking and working and can be a symbol of creativity. But the letters, super simple, the image, super simple, and the letters and the colors inside the letters also reflect the colors and the tones inside of the logo. So that's really an important piece, that everything's working together in your design. A mover agency. Another creative agency where the pencil parts contribute to the shape of the E. Let's look a little bit further here. Past these examples, there's a serifed example, but it works really well with the image. The well-loved Lego design. That gets us to the present. So every year, students design the Franklin Homework Planner, and I'm going to ask you to come up with a design for the planner this week. Now, our planner design will have to include a couple key bits of information, a couple key pieces. So like it will have to say homework assignment planner, it will say 2020 to 2021, it will have the school's address, phone number. But what we're going to do is we're going to design it digitally. And so I'm going to give you a little walkthrough today on Canva, which some of you have said you've used, and all of you have said you're able to get on it. And we can think about how to use Canva to make a really great design for next year's homework assignment planner. And let's look at what canva.com. It's canva.com. And when I go there, I can log in, or I can sign in with Google. I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm going to log in with Google. And you can do the same thing because your email account is through the school Google Suite. You can use that to log in, and you'll click on it and we'll say, is this you? You'll say yes, and we'll just go ahead and move forward. Now, once you're in, we're going to want to create a design, and let's use a flyer sized. So what Canva will do is give you a number of resources that you can work from, like templates. And one of the things that I would not dismiss is looking through them and see if there's a good template that you think would be suitable for a HAP design. Now, let's say you really like this one. You can click on it and we'll get you started. Now, here on the left-hand side, you also have option to include different elements. So Canva gives you different shapes and small designs. You can use grids if you'd like to divide up your space, or use a single page. Now, I don't like either of those two choices I made, so I'm going to go to the top here and undo them both. And I know that I can include other shapes. Let me get rid of that one. Frames, which are basically a place I can drop in a photo. So let's say I have a photo here. I'm going to put that in, and when I do, it will show me that image, but inside the circular shape. I'm going to get rid of those again. Don't really need them. So let's see. We just talked about the elements. You can see I've got a couple pretty interesting ones. Some of them are free. Some of them are with a more paid account. the free ones will do. And when you're in the photo section here, so we've done the templates, done the elements, but if you do photos, you can actually search by things you want. So like, let's say, for example, a bulldog, which would probably be a great thing to look up. Here's a couple options. So I have the bulldog there, another one there, all pretty usable images. Now, when I go down to text, I can introduce different kinds of text, like a heading, which is a big text, like this one right here. A subheading, which is, well, they just threw one in for me. I don't want that. But like this would be a subheading. So would this. And then the actual text, which is down here, that little bit of final information. You don't have to worry about music or videos, but you can, if you look on the left-hand side here, go to uploads, and you can upload images. So I've already uploaded the Franklin Bulldog logo, which I'm going to attach to this assignment. And if I upload it, I can also click on it and drop it in. Drop it in pretty much anywhere I want. You see right here, it wants to kind of grab itself towards the back. But I might put it right down here. If I click on it, it looks like it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, see what's going on. I cut off, so there's probably a frame there. So I'm going to get out of the full screen. I'm going to increase my zoom a little bit so I can get a little bit closer and see what I can do. Oh yeah, so on the double click, you'll notice that it was edited to exclude some of those parts. So I'm going to fix that there. And now I can see my full bulldog. Now, this is not what I want to do for the final. It certainly is a good looking design, but it's missing out on some things, like some Franklin colors. Those images don't exactly relate to a homework planner, and I want to make sure that I really do something that's a great fit. So I'm hoping that you will jump in and give Canva a try. If for any reason you get jammed up using it, let me know. And then when you're making this, if you decide that actually Canva's not the way you want to go, let me know. I'm sure we can find you a new bit of software, but you can also do this by hand. There's certainly no problem with that either. So for today, Tuesday, I'd like you to take a little bit of your last time and poke around on Canva a bit, see if you can get logged in. And then for Wednesday, I'd like you, and Thursday too, to start making your designing the homework assignment planner for the 2020-2021 school year.